Deaf Guide Spotlight of the Month, Samantha Greenwood. Hello everyone, I'm our Deaf Guide Spotlight of the Month. What month? January. And who would that guide be? Me, Samantha Greenwood. My sign name is. My question is, who has been an important role model in my life? Someone who I have looked up to. Really, there are 3 individuals. The first is Phyllis Holt. I grew up with her, starting at a young age until high school. It's hard to describe who she is. She has a deaf mother. She has been with me through my life. She journeyed alongside me through the school years. With outdoor activities and fun things, she'd recognize when I struggled with hearing peers and would support me. She'd help me come up with different sign names for my friends and classmates. For example, my good friend Cole. His sign name was Cole. Why? He wore a hat all the time. So who is Phyllis? She's very caring, loving, and supportive, making sure everything that happened was discussed with the other students, helping to facilitate discussions with them. I just love her. Love her. It was hard to find a deaf role model. Sometimes my parents would say I was hearing. I felt uneasy. Did they understand? No. Sometimes Phyllis would ask me if I wanted a break from my cochlear implant. I'd say, fine, sure. I would then be out of mind and relaxed. Being around her made me feel at peace. It's hard to describe how I feel when I think of letting go when with her. She's been by my side through so much. You mean so much to me. I always look forward to seeing you, even if I haven't seen you in a while. All my heart. Now the second individual, Shannon Locke. She is one of the most amazing women I've ever met. But surprisingly, I don't remember her when I was young. What is wrong with me? Really, I was such an energetic kid. Yep, that was me. Bad. Well, that's the kind of child I was. Wild and full of energy. So anyways, back to the point. Shannon. I met her when I was a junior in high school. Now realize she was my first interpreter in school at Livermore Falls High School and a teacher of the deaf. She taught me through times when I'd want to give up. She would say, no, keep going. She allowed me to believe I could achieve my goals. Thank you, and I mean it. I feel she may have felt distraught seeing what I went through at school. Sometimes my hearing peers would say, hold on, ignore me, or say, I'll tell you later. I struggle through this. And she'd ask me if I was okay. I'd say, I don't understand. She'd be empathetic and try to help me through this tough journey. She kept supporting me and never let me give up. She was always there with love. If I felt distressed or needed an interpreter, I could call on her and she'd be there for me. Being involved with sports, for example, I'd have arguments with my basketball coach. She'd help facilitate our conversations. But she noticed the coach was defensive with me. She tried to help, but it still didn't improve. She encouraged me to keep going, so I said, sure. And I kept that in the back of my mind. She was with me all through graduation. Thank you. You kept me going. She never let me give up. Never. She encouraged me to persist, reaching for my goals, and never failing or giving up. That was her goal. Thank you, Shannon. I will always love Shannon and Phyllis. They cared for my goals. Thank you, and love you both. Now for the last of the three. Thank you to the deaf community. I mean, all over the world. You have taught me my identity. You have taught me about the deaf community. You saw me signing rusty, but then saw me grow fluent in ASL. Thank you for keeping an open mind and interacting with me in a friendly manner. Whenever I made mistakes, you'd help teach me, and vice versa. Really, we are equals. Thank you. I'd like to add one more, a fourth. I would love for kids to look up to me. A silly person, yes, I absolutely am. Remember, we are always deaf role models. We can help empower these kids on their life journeys. Now understand, it needs to include humor.